Annie here with Explore Scientific. Gotta pause. I forgot who I was for a minute. Life is a little crazy. Kent is not here today. He had to go take care of his kitty cats. So that's where he's at today. So I hear that he has a fan base out there. So I just want to make sure that you understand where he's at and why he's not here today. So anyways, today's show is called First Light Chronicles. We try to go by our afternoon shows when it comes to titles and stuff here. So we're just going to talk a little bit about telescopes and the Ixos 100 and a few other things. So the first thing I want to show, obviously, is this beautiful Ixos 100 and 80 millimeter 640 refractor telescope. This is our First Light series. Really great starter package out there for, to get you up and running if you're wanting a tracking mount or or an easy little telescope to start off with. So what'd you say? I can do it. So let's first talk about the telescope. This is an 80 millimeter refractor. It's very lightweight, and this all comes in a package. This is, let's see here, I was going to turn it. Let's see if I can turn I'm trying to find the clutch. Hang on just a second. Clutch on the Ixos 100. So as you can see, it comes with an eyepiece and of course a diagonal. It usually has a red dot finder on here. I don't currently have it on there because things like to have legs and walk away around here. But anyways, it'll come with a little red dot finder. Like I said, is lightweight. It should have a handle on it. I don't see one on there right now. I think it's because the telescope's turned sideways. But so it has everything you need to mount it to the mount or any other mount that you want to put it on. I'm not quite for sure the weight on it, but it obviously is good for the Ixos 100, which actually has a seeing rate, visual weight capacity of about 15 pounds. And then if you're doing astrophotography, it's about 9 pounds. So today, obviously, we're just doing viewing. So deep breaths. Paul's trying to calm me down. So, okay, so thank you, Paul. So today I'm going to show you this little eyepiece. So we've got it comes with the 26 millimeter eyepiece, which is great. It's a great starter little eyepiece. 26 millimeters is the magnification. Not really. I think it's probably about 52 degrees in circumference, but 26 millimeters is like middle of the road for magnification, so it's a great place to start off if you're a beginner. You don't want to get something that's too high in magnification because it's harder to see, especially if you have any type of atmospheric disturbances. You could take it out at night and then stuff looks kind of fuzzy. So we always recommend starting off with that 26 millimeter eyepiece to get you up and going. You would take the telescope out and you would line.
Also, too, though.
Yes.
It's one thing you probably want to purchase along with your telescope when you're getting the First Light models, or really any of them, is to purchase a 52 degree eyepiece that's either a 15 or a 10.
Yeah.
Because once you get lined up with your 25, you're going to want to punch in and see.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you don't want to go to a 6 or a 4 because your seeing can get in the way at that point.
Yeah. So so each telescope has a high magnification on it, has a highest useful magnification on it. And like Paul was saying, if you get too high in your magnification, which is a lower number, you're going to have a little bit more difficult of a time to actually see things clearly. And it is a lot more difficult to get locked on to stuff as well. So we usually, like I said, we usually recommend starting off with that 26 millimeter, getting used to that, and then changing it over to like what Paul suggested, a 15 or maybe even a 10, somewhere around there to kind of increase that magnification. But we, like I said, always start off with that highest number because it's the lowest magnification on a telescope. So what you'll do, like I said, you'll put the eyepiece in the diagonal. You'll then take it out during the day and get it pointed at something. And once you get it pointed at something, you're going to look, of course, you're going to be looking through the eyepiece to get it pointed there. It needs to be at least a mile away, because further is better. And so once you get it a mile away, you'll and get it pointed at what you're looking at, kind of get it into focus. Then you'll go to the red dot finder that's on it, that's located on it. You'll look through the red dot. The red dot has adjustments on it. So you'll point, you'll start adjusting that red dot to get it into view of what you're seeing in the telescope, and you'll continue working back and forth between the telescope and the red dot until they're both in line, and you're not having to do any more adjustments. So this is a really great beginner scope. It is not equipped for astrophotography, but you can get a cell phone adapter to put on it so you can take some pictures and things like that, like you would like to do. So yeah, so that's our 80 millimeter 640 focal length first light refractor. And then the mount it is on is the Ixos 100. The Ixos 100 is a go-to tracking mount. It's our lightest weight one that we have currently here at Explore Scientific. It's great for lightweight things or doing DSLR photography. You can stick just a camera on there. We have a camera dovetail plate that you can stick on there as well. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what is on here. This is a clutch. Noah, do you mind to refresh my computer for me? So this is the clutch for the deck, so you can turn your telescope, which you're going to need all this for balancing. So I just forgot. Hang on. How to undo the deck and how to undo the RA.
You can do it.
Yes, I know, it's the back end. Okay, so the RA, so what you'll do is you're going to need to balance it. And as you can see, this telescope actually is heavy. This is going to be telescope heavy, and so we would recommend that you put counterweights on it to kind of balance it out. Some people like their telescope or their mount telescope heavy, and some people like it where it is camera heavy if you're doing a camera. So you would balance that, put a counterweight on there and get that into balance. Being off balance just a little bit is good. The drives in our mounts are not perfectly round, and so in order to keep it on that high spot, low spot, it's good to have that just a little bit unbalanced, so you don't want it to be perfect. Once you do that, once you get it balanced this way, you of course would then unlock the deck, which here, let's do it this way. So I'm going to unlock the RA. So I would get it in balance this way, and then of course then I would unlock this, and I would try to slide this up and down to where it would be in balance for the deck as well. Once you do that, you're all set to go for doing some viewing. That helps with motor it running smoothly. So I currently do not have a counterweight on it, so I'm going to try my hardest to see if it. We'll see if it takes off for us. So if not, I'm going to snag one and stick one on there for you guys. So it has a this cable it goes from the mount to the back. So that's where your motors are at, and your computer is at in the back here on the back of the mount, and that's where the PMC unit is. I currently have a power bank going to it. We keep those on hand here just because we show mounts a lot here at Explore Scientific, and so this mount actually comes with a battery adapter, so it'll come with that. It'll come with D batteries, or not come with the D batteries, but you're able to put D batteries in there and run the mount as well. That only gives you about 3 hours of viewing, so we usually recommend, if you're going to be doing a lot of viewing with it, we usually recommend upgrading to like a power bank or something like that. So, which of course we have some here that you could purchase as well. So I'm going to get our iPad. It runs off an iPad. It can also run off a computer. In order to run it off a computer, you would need a micro USB or micro micro cable to USB cable in order to do that, and it needs to be one that is a data transfer and not a power cord. We've had people try to use a power cord and it didn't work as well. So just make sure that's a data transfer. So if I wanted to plug it into a computer and use it that way, I can. The Ixos 100 also has its own app called Explore Stars. We designed it specifically for our mounts, and so we have this one, and then we have a heavier duty version called the Ixos 2, and then a really big heavy duty version called the G11. And all of those are able to be run off the app. So what I'm going to do is the mount has its own network. It does not have internet access. So when I connect to it, it's sending a Wi-Fi signal to the iPad, but there's not any information transfer through internet. So I'm going to change it to PMC86358 is the name of the network. And then what would happen is it already knows it because Kent's played with it, but I would type in password PMC, those are all capitals, dash capital EIGHT, and then hit OK, and it'll connect. It'll say secure, no internet. So again, because there's not a internet transfer with that network. So once we do that, we would go into Explore Stars. And when you get into Explore Stars, you're going to see a compass rose when it's connected. I don't know, is there a glare on that, Paul?
No.
Okay, perfect. You're going to see a compass rose, and then you're going to see a number keypad, and then all this stuff in the middle is just information that the mount is sending to the app, so we can know what's going on with it, what's moving, what's not moving, and things like that. So right now, I have it set at a speed of 3, so I'm going to change it to 9, and then right in the middle of the up, down, left, and right keys, that number right there changed from 0 to 9, so we've got it up at the highest speed that it can go. Then I'm going to hit menu, and I'm going to go catalog, and I'm going to go take this thing to the sun. So now this is where we're really going to test it, because we usually have a counterweight on it. So let's see. So I hit menu, sun, slew to object, and then go to. There is a setting in the app that you don't have to always hit go to. But, oh yeah, Kent supposedly checked all that for me. Ooh, it's right there. Oh, ha, ha, he didn't check it too well, did he?
He's wrong.
He was wrong. That's okay. So there it is. There's the sun. That's where the sun's at. If the sun was out here in northwest Arkansas, unfortunately, it is rainy and cloudy. So,
and it went with no counterweight.
And it went with no counterweights. Look at that. And so now, right now, it is on.
Not recommended to run it without.
Yeah, it's not. Yes, it's not recommended to run it without counterweights. So right now we're on point mode. Point mode means that it's not going to track an object. It's pointing to a location in the sky, and the RA and the deck are always moving to try to keep it in line with that area of the sky. So as the world is turning and the sky is moving, it's going to stay in that location. If we had it on track mode and I pointed it to the sun, it would know the RA and know where it was at, and so it would follow the sun across the horizon like it goes. So the other cool feature about this is on here. Let's say I wanted to move. I wanted to.
Right in front of the mount, we can see it.
Oh, really? Right here? That right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Point at the other camera.
This camera? Okay. So
To your left.
right, like this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Now we can see it.
Okay, so I don't know if you can really see because the sun's red, but there's a red dot in there. This has like an overlay, a compass overlay. You can't really see the compass, but if I took that dot in there, just like if I was on the compass rose and moved it, then the mount would start to move wherever I needed it to, and I don't want to go that way because it's about to hit the table. But it's going whatever direction. I can just pull it down whatever direction if I wanted to only see a certain portion of the sun, or I wanted to go a little bit in another direction, or if I wanted to line it up a little bit better.
Some weird noises because it's not balanced.
Yeah, I didn't balance it.
Well, like they can't hear me.
Oh, Paul is saying it's making some weird noises because it's not balanced.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, so we don't have to worry about that because the design of our mount is made to where there's no grinding or anything. It doesn't damage the mount, but we really recommend putting counterweights on it. Unfortunately, mine had walked away, and so here we are today with a mount without counterweights. But you can see that it holds up. Okay, the other thing with this is I'm going to put it in. Let's see, I'm going to go menu, settings, and I'm going to put it in track. Let's see. Oh, I'm sending it home first. So I just hit the park button, so it's going to go back to where we started from, and then I'm going to change it to the track mode. It sounds really good right now, Paul. And there it goes, it's going back home. So in order to change it from point mode to track mode, on the compass rose here, on this screen, I'm gonna let it stop. Give it just a second. Okay, on this screen here, can you see that, Paul?
Yeah.
Okay, just like that? Okay, on the screen here, you can see over by the number keypad, there is a triangle that says P. I'm going to press that, and it's going to change to a box that says TR. That'll change it from point to track mode. So let's do that. And then I'm going to go back. Let's see here. Let's find something to go to. Let's see what's in the sky today. It looks like Mercury is in the sky right now. So let's slew to that. Slew to object. Go to. Ton, you have a question. Go ahead. There it goes. It's going to Mercury. What planetary camera do you recommend? Because mine fell off and broke. Oh my gosh, that's an awful situation. I'm so sorry about that. You know, I really don't know of a camera because I'm not into astrophotography. But Tyler, one of our CSR manager here, does astrophotography all the time, and he will be on Friday on Focus on Astrophotography, and he probably could give you better recommendations than I could ever do. You
could possibly get a T adapter to a DSLR, and if you're doing planetary, you should be okay with that because planets are so bright that you can use a higher ISO or a lower ISO, and you don't have to take 10-minute photographs like you do with the distant nebulae, but you get a DSLR and an adapter for it if that is, of course, if you can find one that fits the opening. What's the end of it called? I'm not a telescope person, so.
Talk about the focuser?
The focuser. That's it.
Yeah, the focuser draw tube.
Yeah. So if you get one, if you can find you an adapter for that, and you have a DSLR or SLR, then you can just use the telescope as a giant lens.
Yes. Well, yeah. So, but yeah, like I said, Paul obviously has done is obviously a photography guy as well. So we have him, and we also have Tyler, who is able to answer those questions. I'm just new to this hobby, so I don't know a lot. I just have a little.
Is there one behind you back there?
What?
Is there a camera laying down behind you?
No.
I saw a red box back there a little while ago.
No, it walked away. So I currently have a Canon, a Rebel XS, which is from like 2007, and Tyler was so gracious and had the sensor modified for me. So you have some options out there for doing some photography, astrophotography. You know, you could use a telescope with the camera, or you could use just a camera. So, but we also have that show, like I said, on Fridays, every Friday at 4 o'clock, and he will answer your questions. So if you hop on there, he'll be able to answer that question for you. So, hey, if you're out in the Amazon world, give me a shout out, because I want to be able to see who's on there, and I'd love to talk to you and answer your questions. That would be great. I think that's what Kent calls it, Amazon world. It still is kind of funny. It's kind of nice, Amazon world. The Amazon world. Okay, so right now it's going to start tracking because I have it on that TR mode, and you can hear it slightly. It's not a really loud mount, so it's really good for areas and things like that. We've had a couple people not like the music. It kind of makes like a harmonics music sound as it's going. There is not a way to turn that off. It's just the motors and stuff that are moving, so you have to be able to do that. So I had a next image 10 planetary camera, hoping to get something similar. Very nice. I'm so sorry you dropped it. That's no fun. So, but yeah, Tyler will be able to, he's a guru at that stuff. So he's very smart with that stuff. So he'll be able to help you out with that. I wish I had more information for you, but I know that he could answer that as well for you. So, okay, so I'm going to send it back to park, menu, settings, and park mode. Is it really 322? Okay. So this is, again, this is our Ixos 100 with our FL AR 86-640. This is a package deal. It's over in the Amazon Carousel. Amazon Carousel. It's a great starter package, especially if you're wanting to get into using a tracking mount. It's a great price up there. And so if you want to check out that price, you can check it out in the carousel over there. So the next thing I'm going to talk to you guys about is our soft-sided carrying case. So I used to do photography, like just taking pictures of houses and some friends and things like that, and I always hated having my lenses, having lenses everywhere. So it was really nice when I got a bag, and that's the same way I feel like it would be for viewing through a telescope. So, you know, get all these eyepieces and all these different degrees and things like that. And so it makes it a little difficult to keep it housed somewhere. So we have come out with this soft-sided carrying case that can hold quite a few eyepieces. Everything in here is adjustable. So it's all Velcroed out. So you could just Velcro, undo it, and move it over, just like a regular photography bag. And so you can move that over for whatever eyepiece you're needing to put in there. And then these are also adjustable as well, the long pieces as well. It's very soft, very durable, so it's not going to scratch anything, and it's going to keep it all protected. What I have done is I have grabbed some of our 52-degree eyepieces to show you guys. This is a 5240. Look at that. Look at that big guy. So these are also in the carousel as well, if you want to check those out. So this is our 5240 eyepiece, and it's obviously a big guy. So the great thing about this bag is you are able to move these things. If I can make sure the Velcro work with me. And then you're able to slide those eyepieces in there, and it fits just right in there. And then you're able to put some more eyepieces in there. So it depends on the size of your eyepiece, how many you can get in here. But if you have some smaller ones, you can get those in there as well to keep those safe and together, and not having to I'm trying to read this message and talk at the same time. I'm not. Okay, so what astronomical event amazed you the most, meaning solar eclipse, transits, meteor showers, etc., for example? I say the solar eclipse. I'd have to say the solar eclipse. It's amazing to see.
Meteor showers.
I haven't seen a meteor shower, so I guess I can't compare it to that, Paul.
Meteor showers are fun because you don't know what's happening and you got to chase.
So, because you're trying to find everything?
Yeah, you got to. You know about where it's going to show up, and you know where it's. You know where it's. Oh my gosh, my microphone's going crazy. You know about where it's going to show up, right?
Yeah.
So, you get you a wide eyepiece and find the area.
Yeah.
And then I would suggest going up and up and just staring through it, and you'll start seeing them.
Yeah.
I think that's fun.
Yeah.
Or binoculars. You can do that.
I've actually not seen a meteor shower. I've seen solar eclipses. That's been really neat and amazing to see. The reason I say that I like that one the most, Connor Bradley, is because let's see, I'm going to give my age away. In 97 or 98, somewhere around there, maybe 96, somewhere around there. I don't remember quite the year because I'm getting up in age. But anyways, we went to NASA and we got to see the shuttle launch, and it literally lit the sky up like daytime. So it was neat to see. It reminded me of the difference between solar.
Did you see the last one?
No, I didn't see the last one.
Did you see the one where they crashed?
I didn't see that one.
So, okay. It wasn't Columbia, I think it is.
Are you talking about the one that I saw? Was it Columbia?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I'm telling you, I'm ancient. He said, Tyler calls me space dust. So that's how
Whatever.
So
I remember being a little bitty child in first grade, second grade. I can't remember.
Got a good memory. He's like an elephant. He never forgets.
That's true. So watch what you do to me. Anyway, so I remember we were watching, I don't know when it was, actually. So we were watching the space shuttle take off live in the library at Tyson's elementary school.
Oh.
And we're sitting there. It's like, oh, that's interesting. And I was thinking about reading Tolkien or something. I was like, I wonder what that's about.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the space shuttle blew up.
Yeah.
I mean, and they ran us all out of there as fast as possible.
That kind of thing I could understand and not ever forgetting. I just remember standing on the beach, like we were miles away. We were miles away, and the shuttle went off, and then everything separated, like you could actually see that come apart, and it was really neat. So just the idea of a solar eclipse it's not. It's kind of the same, but not the same. So it's just really neat to see something just completely change the world. I mean, it's just insane to be able to do that. So, but yeah, Paul is pointing at me. Let's see here. I like transits. Connor says, I like transits. I saw Jupiter's moons transitioning. Cool seeing its moon shadows casting off the planets. Yes. Scott was talking about that the other day on a show. I've never seen that. I bet you that is really amazing to see and just to think about that's happening out there in space, and it's just really cool. It's really, really cool. So
2 minutes.
all right, guys, we have 2 minutes. If you're in Amazon World or you're in another platform, hop on over to Amazon World.
Or in another world.
We have a camp. Yes, we got different worlds going on.
Yes.
Go on ahead and go over to explore. Go on over to our carousel and check out all the products we have.
Harold said hi.
Who says?
Harold Luck.
Harold, hello, Harold. How are you today?
Right.
Yeah. So if you want to go on ahead and go over there and check out what we have, we don't. Here at Explore Scientific, we're about education. We don't just have telescopes. We have stuff for little guys all the way up to older people. In fact, we had a gentleman come in here that's almost 100 the other day and buy an eyepiece. So no matter what your age is, we have something for you.
Don't forget, if you're looking to get the telescope, an eyepiece, that Tyrion planisphere, you're going to need it. A red light flashlight, and a solar sun filter. Never look at the sun through your telescope without something, without a correct sun filter on the front of your telescope.
Yeah, you've always got to have special equipment. And speaking of solar, since Connor Bradley asked what I liked, the solar eclipse is going to be coming up soon, and we also have those. For sale as well. So be prepared for that because we're going to have
one behind you, right?
2. We're going to have 2. No, I don't have any solar.
Where did it?
Eclipse glasses.
People have.
I think he likes to get me to turn around and look behind me. You know, like how somebody taps you on the shoulder and you just. I think that's Paul's way of getting me to turn around.
I think somebody. Oh, here, come get these.
Oh, here, okay.
But I was looking for the solar filter for the.
Well, there's solar filters over there.
That's what I was. Solar filter for the telescope.
No. There's not a solar filter over here.
There's supposed to be 2.
Everything's gone. These.
Why
These
did they take all the solar? Where's mine at?
Somebody wanted to do some solar viewing for Paul. Anyways, these are our solar Eclipse
doubt
glasses.
that.
You can buy them in a package. I'm not for sure how many are in a pack, but they are. There, you found it. But they are for sale right now because we're gearing up for the solar eclipse that's going to be coming up. We're going to have one next year and then one the year after that, and we're actually going to have a huge star party for that. So we're really excited about that. So
And
make sure you get your
definitely
eclipse
do
glasses.
not wait to the last minute to get
Yes.
your solar glasses and filters, because the last time everyone ran out.
Yes, yes. The last time everyone did run out.
And yeah, and then you won't get one at all.
And then you get
Or you'll have to
nothing.
pay $100 for one.
Yeah, it's kind of like a you know, a whole like story here at Explore Scientific, how eclipse glasses were like thousands and thousands of orders came in overnight.
I wasn't here.
Crazy. So, but yeah,
I was not here.
Yep. So, anyway, so make sure you don't wait to get these glasses so you can have them to do that viewing and get yourself prepared, because they're like here in Northwest Arkansas. I think up in Rogers Bentonville area, there's going to be totality, but we are going to be having a star party somewhere else. So, just make sure you're prepared to be able to do that viewing that day. So I think that's all I have for you today. I appreciate you hanging out with me. Kent will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. So
Yeah.
Kent will be back. He had to go rescue his kitties from the doctor. I appreciate anybody that hung out with us.
Can I go home now?
I appreciate anybody that hung out with us and asked questions. Connor, your question was great. I loved it, and it's going to make me start thinking more, and I'm going to try to see Jupiter's moons. That would be awesome. So, all right, you guys have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.